Hello and welcome to part 2. Apparently my previous video had a very bad resolution, so I've tried to do something about it. Otherwise I might have just show you the video filtering without explaining the code, because you can't really see anything in the first part, which I apologize for. But yeah, let's see how this goes. Now we're gonna go straight to gamma correction filter, and basically what it does is that it applies the gamma formula to every color channel, and as always we have the threshold applied, and once each of the channel has been manipulated, we apply the changes to the respective color channel. And just to have a little bit of fun with it, there's been applied some keys to adjust the value that changes how much the power of one value is applied to the pixels. So that is simply basic stuff. Oh, no, not basic, but it's the same to begin with, and now we drop it down a little bit to see how it changes the video feed. Once again, not something extraordinary, but that's that. Right. Next, and I have salt and pepper effect. And basically what we do here is that we go through video feed, and we simply want to have the grayscale of the video feed, and as such we apply that to every color channel. This is not necessary to do, but in this part of my filtering I'm using RGB as my display rather than luminance, so therefore this is the preferred method if you want to have a grayscale from your video output. So to say that it's creating the colored grayscale. And after that we apply a random number which randomly changes a pixel value, creating the salt and pepper effect. And after that we determine the amount of salt and pepper effect on the video in percentage. As such, it randomly chooses between if it should be either white or if it should be black. And we can start it off and see what happens. There we go. Lots of salt and pepper. And let's see what happens if we set to 100%. That was all salt and pepper. Now, next is the alpha blend filter. And we need to initialize some keys for that to give it sort of a display. Should we have here? Now, basically what we do is that we simply take the image and have it we have the image times the alpha plus the input of our video times 1 minus alpha, and as such since they're both placed at the same placement in the video feed, and the video texture is the one that's being declared the last. It's going to be placed on top of the image. But we're gonna show now. Thanks to alpha, we can remove that. And then we can see that nice fire and ice image here. And we can remove some of the alpha again, and then we see pretty old me. Well, I'm pretty sure you'd rather have that. Oh well, that's alpha blend. And then we're gonna go for the grayscale image filter, which more or less does a function that has already been predefined up here. It simply takes the input value of each of the color channels and divide it by 3, and as such we get the average value of each of the color channels, and then it equals it to pixel gray. And since we're still working with RGB, we have to equal that to each of the color channels again in order to get the grayscale. Otherwise we're going to get something funky. There we are. Nice big grayscale. Next we're gonna go with binary image filter, which also uses grayscale. I don't think I have to explain that anymore. But then we, after that, we what we do then? Let's see here. We declare some declare that if our color channel, our red color channel, is larger than 120 and the color channel of green is smaller than 120 and our blue color channel is smaller than 120 as well, well then we'll have the value set to white. Otherwise we'll have it set to 0, so we'll basically either get white or black. Hence we get the binary image filter. Hope it could be seen, otherwise you can see here we have each color channel declared a condition, and if it's fulfilled it becomes white, otherwise it gets black. And it's done after we've created our pixel, our video input into a grayscale. As such, we get this. Very funky stuff. Yep, that's binary image. Doop, doop, doop. Next, we're going for the normalized RGB filter. And basically, we predefine the color channels here from input. R is red, G is green, B is blue, as such. And then we have a float divide that is equal to all of them. Then we have pixel R, which is going to be our new value, is equal to our red channel divided by our total amount of red, green and blue, and then we multiply it with 255. The formula is not, this part of the formula is not in the image processing formula handed out in our book, but it's referred to on the web. So whatever floats your boat, I suppose. But I got something more interesting out of this, in my own opinion. But yeah, each to his own. And then we simply apply the result into each of their respective color channel. Yeah, well, how interesting it might be. Well, I hope it gave some idea of what it does. Something funky. And next we're going for the Aker's image filter, which is the inverse cosine. And basically we have a predefined value which input can be applied to, and then we simply divide that with 100, and then we apply the A cosine, which is the inverse cosine, to value, which becomes the new value, and then we multiply that with 100 again, and then we apply that new value to our video output. And we get something like this. A neon ghost, maybe, I don't know, or a yeti due to my beard. Yep, and that's the A cosine image filter, or inverse cosine. Next we're gonna go for the sepia filter, which is actually a quite nice filter. It gives that sort of ink feel to it. And yeah, pretty much do something we've done before. We simply we define red, green and blue from their respective color channels, and then we simply apply these multipliers, their values found from a website. There's not any sort of way how to calculate. Well, maybe there is, but it's sort of like quite a messy process, I imagine. But it's sort of been stated that this gives the sepia filter effect. And as such, if it is below 0, it becomes 0, and if it's above 255, it becomes 255, and then we apply to each of the respective color channels, and we get this. A nice sort of cowboyish ink effect. Right. And I think that will be it for part 2. And yeah, I'll see you soon for part 3. Bye.